Hi everyone, this is Maggie again, and in today's video I will talk about homemade tactile graphics. Naturally, nothing will replace tactile graphics that are prepared in a professional way. However, very often we are limited by time and by finances, so it may be very helpful to know of few techniques that don't require any special equipment or materials. When preparing this video, I decided to talk only about those materials and equipment that can be purchased at a reasonable price. First of all, I will talk about using a glue gun to create tactile graphics. First of all, we need to purchase a cardboard or plastic sheet that we will use as a background to create our graphic on. I normally purchase cardboard and I normally choose A3 format because bigger the space is, then more detailed our graphic can be. For those people who have some remaining vision and who find contrast useful, it may be also quite important to pay attention to colors of cardboard, plastic sheets, and also to the color of glue that we purchase. All of these things are available in a wide variety of colors. So if you choose colors that are best for you, then you can have very clear and very useful contrast. Now I will say a couple of things about the glue gun itself. So the glue gun very much resembles a gun in the way it looks and in the way it works. So we insert to the glue gun the glue that we purchase in the form of sticks that feel to the touch very similar to thick crayons. Then we plug the glue gun to the electric socket, and under the influence of very high temperature, the glue melts into hot liquid form. And then we release this glue by pressing the button that very much resembles a trigger on a gun. And when we press that trigger, the glue starts flowing from the nozzle. And in that way, we may create lines or like blobs to mark various points on our diagram, on more circle shapes, really whatever we need. Another thing that I need to mention is that when this glue is very hot and when it is in a liquid shape, it is quite dangerous and it may cause severe burns to our skin. And on a packet, it very clearly says that if we burn ourselves with the glue, we should immediately seek help from the professional doctors and ask for professional help with attending to these burns. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I prepared the graphic that represents CubeNet. So this is all about geometry and mathematics. And the second graphic that I prepared is normal distribution, which is all about statistics. But you can use this sort of tactile graphics to learn a variety of subjects, diagrams, simple graphics, or like, for instance, if you want to learn a new route or a layout of something, you can just use it for very wide purposes. Now, another technique that I want to present is less permanent, but it's kind of safer for blind people to use if we need to create the graphic ourselves. So I will talk about using wiki sticks. So wiki sticks are pieces of string that are covered in wax, and very often I use them and I basically stick them to the cardboard. But because they don't leave any marks, you can even stick them to the table or any flat surface. They are reusable, which is very helpful and important, and they also come in a wide variety of colors, and you can even purchase them as fluorescent and even as glowing in the dark if you would find it helpful. So, as I mentioned before, I use them in the situations when I just need to maybe clarify something. So, for instance, I need to clarify the layout of the building that I have to learn, and especially when the layout is for some reason quite complicated. So, for instance, recently I had to learn to walk independently around quite large building, which had very complex layout of corridors and very complex layout of various rooms. So my colleagues used wiki sticks to create corridors, and then they marked individual rooms with the help of bottle tops. So kind of, you know how you screw the bottle, to close it. So basically we use these bottle tops from the milk bottles to mark various, rooms. But sometimes when I, for instance, learn a new route and I want to clarify something about this route, I use bottle tops to mark various landmarks. So today I mentioned two main techniques that I use quite frequently, but in fact we could be using anything to create tactile graphics. For instance, at one point of my life, I have learned the layout of very complex train stations using Lego blocks. Or I remember using plasticines or Play-Doh, to make tactile graphics. Or at some point, I just basically glued some string to the paper to create, more permanent graphic. So it's really up to our creativity what we want to use. If you know of any other useful techniques, please let me know in the comments down below, because I love learning about new things. And I hope that you found this video useful, and I hope to see you soon in another recording. Thank you very much. Bye bye.